I've been following the Gina Carano thing. I remember it was in the middle of the Babe the Menace, and the news broke. Interesting that they dropped this little bombshell in the middle of the night, when I guess they hoped we'd all be snug in our little beds, dreaming little Star Wars fanboy dreams. No, most of us are night owls, okay? And it wasn't that late in the night anyway. But they also did this the day before the Disney investor call in, when they started asking questions. And I know Doomcock felt offended, but I think Doomcock needs to go further into it, because Mr. H, I think, nailed it. It was a call for unity. It was pointing out, this is a slippery slope that leads to stuff like the Holocaust. When you start putting that stuff, when you start demonizing the other side. I was saying the Jews were not originally beat up by the SS or the Jews. No, it was beat up by their neighbors. They were so dehumanized. They're not even people. Let them go at it. That made it easy for the cops to, don't worry, we'll take care of it. And then they swoop in. That's the path we are on right now with the way they're treating the other side. Whoever been and watch other side you're talking about. There's a few things that are here. But and by doing this, by forcing this little issue, they proved her point. And like Mr. H just said, these brain melts on Twitter don't realize they just proved her point. They proved her right. And last I heard, cancel Disney Plus is trending #1 on Twitter. And they're going to realize, no, most of your audience is not on Twitter. They're going to find out, the BBC's reporting on this. Forget the trades. It's in legitimate news services now. And all we're going to do is now all the normies, you fired her for some screw you then. The only show I was watching on Disney Plus anyway. Bite me. And that service is struggling as it is. So, yeah. Let's see if the bottom line is funny enough to make. And also, apparently, granted, it's coming from Mike Zero first I've seen, but Jon Favreau is not happy with this. They had plans for Gina and Cara Dune. She was probably going to head up the Rangers of the New Republic show, and they just yanked your star out from under him. He's not happy about this. And on a lot of levels, there's not just that, but also the fact that with The Mandalorian and the appearance of Luke Skywalker at the end, they were starting to win old-timers like me back. And then in very short order, the usual little brain burns over at on the other side of Lucasfilm, Kathy's little bunch of morons. In very short order, they made fun of Star Wars Theory for Crying. Let's see, and look back. You had Pablo Hidalgo being an idiot. You had them hiring this Christina What's-Her-Face with her history of blatantly racist tweets and defending her, at the same time ignoring the birthdays of James Earl Jones and Carl Weathers, but saying we're against racism. Oh yeah? What's your happy birthday to James Earl Jones? Or Carl Weathers? But say, no, we're against bullying. Oh, really? At the same time, say we're against bullying. Oh, really? Where were you when they were saying fire Gina Carano? Well, now they fired Gina Carano. And now, you thought the reaction over The Last Jedi was bad? You thought you lost money over Solo? Watch the numbers roll down the hillside for subscriptions to Disney Plus. And suddenly, think Disney. Apparently, when you work for Disney, normally they kind of put you, on a very tight leash as far as public statements, because you represent Disney, and they want to appeal to as many people as possible. They don't want to be the left-wing company or the right-wing company. They want to be the Walt Disney Company. Everybody loves Disney. Everybody loves Mickey Mouse and Snow White and Winnie the Pooh. And when you start telling half the audience that they're subhuman trash, and comparing them to a certain political party from the 1930s Germany, that tends to piss people off. And they want those people to buy stuff, I predict in the next few weeks, maybe starting now by the end of this week, because like I said, today is when the investors get to call in and start asking questions of the top dogs. And there used to be anybody who had stock, Lorena has a stock. She could have called in. Now it's just the very top investors. But I think even the very top investors are going to have some questions about what the hell's going on over there. What are you doing over the Lucasfilm? These people are idiots. They have done more damage to the public prestige of Disney than anything anti-Semitic Walt Disney might have done. I'm convinced he ever did it. But anything he might have done during that time, it pales in comparison to the rampant stupidity of whoever is running Lucasfilm's Twitter account. They could have just said, Gina Carano is no longer employed at Disney, will not be in the further, and left it at that. But no, they had to stick a little stinger there. But we find her poster denigrating people. Gina Carano has never denigrated a single person in her entire time on Twitter. That's it. And interviews, she's a total sweetheart. She wouldn't denigrate anybody if he was standing right in front of her. She might beat the living crap out of you in the octagon, but, So this whole thing, it's building a little narrative. No, she's a hateful, abhorrent person. Meanwhile, you got people working for Disney and Lucasfilm who are demonstrably hateful and denigrating over an entire class of people, entire, like the, shade of people. People of my lack of melanin content, okay? Well, so you think all black people think like you think all white people think like too, bitch? You want to put that mirror facing back at you for a while? So this has gone on far enough, okay? And like I said, they thought the backlash over The Last Jedi was fierce. This is gonna be nothing because you finally were. This is gonna be worse because you finally winning them back. The people were finally coming back and we're excited. We're buying Baby Yoda stuff. Getting those, buying those dark sabers, The one shred of light at the end of the tunnel. And I can see why Jon Favreau is getting pissed off at this. And it's going to be, if he can't fire him himself, he's going to go to Bob Iger. Look, get in here, do something. I cannot work with these morons on the other side of the house. They're undercutting me every step of the way. I was doing stupid stuff like that, and going on Twitter and denigrating people like, and Gina Carano is immensely popular. So it's kind of a surprise that they fired her and bent into this crap. But there's also about they were talking, they often fighting the little civil war inside Lucasfilm. This is a power play, and then Kathy Menon had much power, but she can probably hire and fire she likes. So, okay, Gina, bye. Where's your Rangers of the Republic now, John? Well, let's see how your story group and your Twitter, handling goes now. Next, Kathy. Oh, Bob. You want to step in here and be a boss for a while? Because, right now, because now we're dealing with, it's not just pissed off fans who are pissed, and they're starting to be warm back. Now you yanked the rug out from under those fans who were starting to see something. Hopefully, that's it. I'm out. Gone. Don't care what you do now. I mean, you could open the Mandalorian now with Luke and Han and somehow Leia right there and Chewie, whole 9 yards, and say, no, not buying it this time. Burned us too many times. Because there's one fell swoop may have just killed Star Wars beyond all hope for resurrection now. Certainly not to the levels it was before. It was tough before, but now it's like, forget it. You screwed the pooch the last time.
You don't want to know how dirty that sounds.
It's supposed to, yeah, because, Because I don't know what these people are not, logic is not a strong point with this mindset, okay? Mm-hmm. They don't think things through. It tells them, you can tell in the storytelling, because it gets the most idiotic hackneyed plots you can think of, because they don't think it through. Well, if you did this, then this would happen. No, wait, this will happen, because we say so. No. You gotta have some logic here. Logic? What's that?
This is where I say to Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah. The situation I think will be made right in one way or another. Because, like I said, all they did was prove Gina right in her assertion that this is what. Oh, Ray! Cancel it! She's not answering him. It'll be interesting in the next few days. Like I said, I'm
Kicking her is like kicking a very vicious puppy.
yeah. Very little, Rottweiler puppy. Yeah, it's like, yeah, double, you look, you feed it, but then you kick it, and so eventually that, the other half kicks in and it bites your foot off. Okay. I can tell from personal experience, Rottweiler puppies have very sharp teeth. Okay.
I was thinking more like a Doberman.
Rottweiler.
Rottweiler? She ain't that big.
She's pretty big, but I'm thinking just a Rottweiler puppy. Very, very sharp little puppy teeth. The reason why they have the reputation they have is like they're temperament-wise, they're the same as any other dog. Problem is they're equipped better than any other dog to do some serious damage. Because actually, most people get bitten by Labradors and anything else, but Labrador teeth aren't that sharp, so generally will blow it off.
Darn it.
Anyway, we will see what happens. By the end of this week, this will be, and it's Thursday, so like there's not much time left here. But by next week, we'll see if there still is a Star Wars worth saving. Because I think it might be Favreau might be it's like, okay, that's it, I quit. I can't work with this, Kathy. It's all yours. You're gonna burn it down on your own. Don't need me part of it. Because the
that Mary sometimes uses in her outro.
It's like. It's not like the High Republic is setting the world on fire. The books are openly mocked on a regular basis. The entire concept is like, what the hell is it? And none of the other... Yoda's the only character around, so of course you got to make him look like an idiot. And this is Yoda, okay? These people are idiots. There are idiots in key positions of power at Lucasfilm, and is bringing down the whole damn mess. And the thing is, Disney still hasn't gotten back the money they paid out for this thing. They've been losing money, okay? So they can't afford to play patty cake with these morons any much longer. Someone's gonna have to make a decision here. And guess what, Bob Iger? Tag, you're it. Because your guy John, he was doing some very good things there. And Kathy and her group of morons cut him off at the knees, and you're not going to get it back. Unless you do some major grandstand and fan service in this thing, you ain't getting them back this time.
More like major
you think the Phantom Menace was a pain in the butt before? Guess what? You just gave us a martyr, okay? Might want to look up one of the old movies. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Guess what? It's not Obi-Wan this time. It's Cara Dune. Has just become the martyr to the cause. So enjoy that at the meeting today, Bob. PayPal, Patreon, subscribe star, yada 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 down below. We'll talk at you later.
6.5 hours later.
Here we go. All right. Again, looking through other videos throughout the day on this, and something Anti-Trekker just posted. And like one going on Doomcock saying apparently they can't unfire her fast enough because the blowback has been so fast and so fierce. However, Anti-Trekker put up something. Hold it. Let's back up a second and actually look at what we actually know. And stop filling in blanks. All we've had on this is one snarky tweet from some anonymous asshole running Lucasfilm's Twitter account. Disney has said nothing. There's been no official statement regarding the bigger story maybe are being dropped by UTA. Her agent. But again, she's not exactly insignificant. On any number of agencies are probably want to snap her up. I expect any day, by tomorrow, William Morris agency, signed, Gina Carano or something. I would stay away from CCA though; they're apparently very evil. But again, and something that Doomcock said in his, this may have been a leak to try and force the issue a bit in favor of don't mess with Gina. Because, yes, I have no doubt they've been gunning for a while, looking for an excuse. So, this may be a little bit of a Reichstag fire going here. Where somebody just, who has access to the Twitter account, posts out this thing, gets the reaction, and I'm not going to shut down the reaction. This is a good reaction to have, to let them know if you do try this thing, this is what you're in store for. So, as a tactic, it's not good or evil. It's what you're looking for. So, and again, to kind of head off the SJW weenies at the pass. If they try this, this is what's going to happen. Give them nice, fair warnings. Like, no, we've had it. We're not going to do this anymore. Now, granted, you are burning a few bridges as far as some fans go, in that, let's see, this is the last straw. That's it. I'm done. So unless... We got a shipment coming. But right now, I think part of the panicking, yeah, I'm sure they're panicking because they're losing subscribers big time. Favreau's got to be screaming too, because yeah, he had plans for her. Okay, the Knights of the Rangers of the New Republic is supposed to be Gina's show. He's got plans for her at some point. So what do you mean she's fired? What the hell is this? So I imagine this. We don't know anything about her being fired. And all we got is that one snarky tweet from some anonymous asshole with access to the Lucas from Twitter account. Now, maybe it was done deliberately to start them up, or maybe, this dirtbag, oh, she's gone, yeah, she's out of here, and she's just trying to Horton, and anyway. And, yeah, the editorializing at the end was really kind of, crass. Not out of character, though, for these idiots on that side of the house.
6 minutes.
Just shut up. All right. I'm not saying plug it in. Just let me finish. You're delaying me. So, my stance on this, maybe. It follows, because, yeah, we really don't know anything beyond that one tweet, and everyone's blown up about it. And I would encourage, yeah, blow up about it. Let them know. We like her. We want to keep her there. You're finally doing something right. Don't screw it up. You screwed up enough already after the reaction to Luke, and then the usual suspects joining in and trying to downplay it. So it's like, put the fear of God in these morons if they try something else. Let them know. If they really try and, show Gina the airlock, now, this is what's going to happen if you do. So, in this case, no. I don't mind a little bit of subterfuge in this case. So, with that, PayPal, Patreon, Subscribe Star, yada, 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 down below. Patreon, you can start at $1. Subscribe Star starts at $5. And PayPal is immediate. So, and with that, we will get you later.